How's it going, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another figure review. Not Transformers or Transformers affiliated. It's something else. This is the Halo Spartan Collection. Spartan Commander Shepard. I mean, Sarah Palmer. Same diff. And I've been seeing this around for a couple months. And I've been kind of interested in checking it out, and I got the opportunity to, so here she is. And all in all, it's a decent looking figure. Posability is not amazing. The sculpt is pretty decent. Paintwork is great, actually. But there was a lot of potential here that they could have done, but they did not. I'm still kind of partial to the older Halo 6 figures. The ones with the removable armor. I thought they were really cool. They're supposed to be roughly the same scale, but as you can see, they are not. These figures are supposed to be the same height, and he's a little guy in comparison. But yeah, it comes with quite a bit of accessories, actually. It comes with an assault rifle, which is a good sculpt. And decent paintwork on it, too. Could have used with a wash, but, you know, there's so much about this figure that could probably use a little bit of paint. If I was super keen on customizing figures, I'd probably go about doing that. There's a lot of detail on this figure that just doesn't come out because it's not painted excellently. It's just not bad. The paint job's not bad. It's just not, you know, premium or whatnot. Comes with 2 handguns. Interestingly enough, one of them has got a spot on it here for like to mount it or whatnot, and the other one does not. That's weird. And then it comes with a pair of open hands, the fists that are on the figure itself, a pair of holding hands, one, I'm not even going to comment on this hand, and one face, which is, it's alright. It's not, you know, amazing or whatnot, but I suppose in my mind I'm probably comparing it to, you know, anime figures, and this is definitely not that sort of thing. Like, it's more difficult to grasp like a realistic human face than it is to grasp like a cartoony anime face. So let's get into the accessories a little bit. So the head is on a ball joint, which just comes straight off. Actually, on the head there's just like a cylindrical hole that the ball socket like fits into quite snugly, actually. So that's what she looks like without her helmet on. Then you can, you know, put the helmet to the side or like tuck it under her arm if you want, or something of that nature. I don't know. To swap out the hands, you just kind of grab it and just tug. I'm not sure exactly what keeps these hands on. Like, there's no obvious pin system or whatnot. But something does, and they stay on quite securely. Part of me wonders if maybe they're system injected. And you just slap the old ones on, thread the hand onto the weapon of choice, and there you go. Easy peasy. The pistols are a little small for these hands. Like, you can get them on, but you can barely get all of the fingers inside the grip. In fact, you gotta kind of like mush it around. But you can do it. Now, unfortunately, there's just it's difficult for this character to look really dynamic with these guns in her hands, because while there's no shortage of joints on this figure, like you look on the box and it'll advertise some, I don't know, 30 something joints or something like that, and they're not wrong. It's just that the joints aren't like really, they're not all really useful. Like you've got, you know, a ball joint on the head. Actually, you've got a ball joint here, and then you've got like a up and down kind of a click that goes in there with detents and everything. The shoulders will go around, and then they've got like a ratcheted detent, but it's really short on the amount of ratchets you get, the amount of positions that they'll hold. Like you can do like this position and then that position, and that's pretty much it. The bicep swivel is above the shoulder armor, which is fine, but now the shoulder armor gets in the way anytime you want to rotate the arm. You've got a double jointed elbow, which works out pretty well, though you're really only using one of those joints at a time. You got a swivel at the wrist with an in and out motion, which is good. There's a waist joint, which is nice. The hip joints are just really, like that's all the way forward and that's all the way back. And that's all the way out. That's like 20% of a Van Damme. And so like there's a lot of potential that's being lost due to the whole, you know, and I understand how the design of the Spartans are, and then they've got this like bodysuit and the like armor panels on top of it, but it kind of bites them in the ass. These other figures had the same problem, though. So that's significantly better, at least in that direction and in that direction. So, I mean, Mattel did it better, I guess. But there is a thigh swivel here for about that much. Double joint at the knee. And then the foot will go up and down and it will rotate. There is no ankle tilt on this, which is also kind of a bummer because there's a lot of poses that you want to spread the figure's, you know, stance out a little bit, and there's just no way to get the feet flat enough to make it stable. So I don't know. What are you to do? There's some interesting things in the armor. There's these little panels come off. I presume so that you can attach guns and whatnot onto it. Like this has got a hole here, I presume for mounting, and I mentioned the hole that the pistol has, at least one of them. So if I had the hardware, I could mount guns on either one of her thighs, and then there's actually a little spot back here, if I can get it off. Yeah. For putting another thing back there, but with no hardware for that, there's nothing to do about it. So, all in all, is it worth $20? Yeah, probably. Especially if you have some sort of a stand for it to keep it from falling over. You can get some. It's a good standing there figure. If you want to do like, you know, action-y gun poses, it's harder to do because you can't really straighten out the arms. And you certainly can't like cross one of the arms over, like if she wants to point both her guns at one particular target. There's literally no comfortable way to do that. That's about as good as you can get. Which is not awful, but it's not as good as you'd like, I think. Like, this character in Halo 5 was just, or Halo 4, was just completely badass. But this figure is unfortunately not quite as badass. It's an okay figure. It's not amazing. It's an okay figure, but it's not as badass as the character is. That being said, this is going to go on my shelf, and it is going to look great, and I do like it. But I also see room for improvement that they could have done. Probably would have increased the price of the figure. I would have been willing to pay $30 for a better figure. You know, $20 for a decent figure is fine. $30 for a great figure is better. That's just where my logic goes. But anyhow, that's about all I can say about it. I have no idea what this hand is for. Maybe like a pointing hand? I don't know. But anyhow, this has just been a short one today. Thanks everybody for watching. You guys are fantastic. I will put up another review within a few days here, just to make up for this one being short. Everybody stay awesome, be good to each other. See ya. Bye.